What's going on, everybody? Today we are in sunny Los Angeles, California, and a lot of you guys probably remember what happened to Anne Heche, the famous actress. She was in a car accident that ran into a house, and today we're going to take a look at the area where she was driving and the house she crashed into. Let's go. This is the intersection where it happened. This is the Mar Vista neighborhood here in Los Angeles. Now for this story, let's rewind time to August of 2022. Now you probably know who Anne Heche was. She was a very notable actress. She was probably best known for some of the roles including Donnie Brasco, Volcano, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Wag the Dog, 6 Days, 7 Nights, Return to Paradise. And a lot of people knew her from her very public relationship with Ellen DeGeneres. Now today this looks like a pretty quiet neighborhood, and generally it is. But if you will go back to August 5th, 2022, things were total chaos here. Now, these streets were lined up and down the street with fire trucks, emergency first responders, because Anne Heche drove her car down this road, and it was a very high rate of speed. Now, this was captured on a Ring camera just down the street here, and that was the video footage that I showed you at the very beginning of this video, and I'll show it again when we get to the location where it actually happened. Now, the day this happened, there was a series of 3 different collisions that Anne Heche was a part of. The first one took place when her vehicle struck an apartment garage, and it caused minor damage. TMZ released a video of that, and she was driving a Mini Cooper at the time. But at the scene of the collision, there was an unidentified man repeatedly shouting to her, "Get out of the car," and the vehicle reversed and fled the scene. Now, that was identified as Anne Heche earlier in the day, and then she was also involved in a second hit and run where her Mini Cooper struck a Jaguar without stopping, and there was no injury to the other driver, but another video showed the Mini Cooper speeding down an alleyway, nearly hitting a pedestrian. The third reckless act happened just down this road, and the home that captured the Ring camera is just up here, a couple houses on my left. And I'll show you that footage again once we get up there. But it was at the far end of this street where her car made contact with a house, ignited, and that's also where you saw the news footage when they rescued her and brought her out on the gurney, and it looked like she was trying to get up. She was in there for quite a while, so it's amazing that she was still not only alive, but somewhat conscious and coherent. Now this right here, the fenced-in house, this is the home that had the Ring camera that captured that footage. So I'll show it to you in just a second, but the view that you got would have been right across the street here, and the house in the background of that picture is right around this car here. If you notice how the windows look above the garage, I'll play this one more time. Only seconds later could you hear the impact in that video. I'll walk down to the end of the road and show you where this happened, but in this crash, her vehicle struck the house at the end of the street, broke through a wall, and embedded itself 30 feet into the building, and Anne Heche was trapped inside of her vehicle in the burning building. Now, the resulting house fire took 65 minutes to be fully extinguished, and it required, I believe it was 59 firefighters, and they were unable to access and fully extricate her from the vehicle for 45 minutes after their arrival on scene. So it's amazing that she was still alive on scene. Now, she had sustained severe burns and smoke inhalation injuries by the time she was rescued, and the house was left structurally compromised, and basically, the woman who lived here couldn't live here anymore. Because of what was known at the time, based on how she was driving in those moments, police officers thought that she was under the influence and acting erratically at the time of the crashes. Now, the LAPD said in a preliminary blood analysis that it showed presence of both cocaine and narcotics, including fentanyl in her system, but the coroner's report later concluded that she was not impaired at the time of the crash. So there's still a lot of uncertainty as to what was going on that day and what caused all this. But it is pretty sad how it all happened. Now, if you saw any of the footage of them taking her out on the gurney, when she was being removed from the crash site, she was filmed sitting up on the stretcher and struggling with firefighters because she was being wheeled into the ambulance, but she lost consciousness soon after that. She was taken to Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center for emergency care, and then she was transferred to Grossman Burn Center in West Hills Hospital for they had a specialized burn care center unit. And on August 8th, a rep for Anne Heche said that she was in a coma in critical condition. She was not expected to live, and she was requiring ventilation for the injuries. And basically, it said that beforehand they had said that she was in stable condition, but that was far from accurate. Now, on August 11th, the same representative said that she was not expected to survive. She had brain injuries and she was being kept alive. She was on life support to basically determine if her organs were going to be good for donation, which she ended up donating her organs. So a lot of good did come out of this, even though it was a sad, tragic situation. Other people were able to live because of her donation, so that was very noble. But she was declared brain dead a few hours after that report came out, and she was declared legally dead on August 11th of 2022. But it all happened right up here where this wooden gate is. It was right past this fire hydrant here where her car went into the building. Obviously, they've done some renovations since then. But it's pretty crazy to look at this and know what happened here. Yeah, it's right behind this bush where they pulled her car out. Looks like the place is for sale now. Not much you can see behind it, but this is where it all happened. Now, it took a little while after the fact, but Anne Heche has been laid to rest at Hollywood Forever Cemetery here in Los Angeles, and I will do a video on that on her gravesite in a future video. But I'm going to walk by this one more time and show you the home where the Ring camera footage came from. Before I tried to get really quick footage because somebody was actually outside, but we'll see it one more time. In the footage, there was an RV parked in the driveway right here where this SUV is. But that footage came right from here, and there's the house again. It's very, very sad. But that's all there is for today. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.